Hi, Mr. Matthew. My name is Roland Lim Zhi Zheng, student ID 210851105. In this video, I am going to present my programming project, which is a mastermind game. For introduction part, these are the programming techniques that I use in my program, which is input and display data, list, random choice from list, if statement, loops, and user-defined function. Before I talk about the techniques, I will talk about the user interface and error handling in my program first. For user interface, as you can see, I have created a function to introduce the rules of mastermind game to the user. I had also asked the user whether want to play the game again or not. If yes, the program will continue to run the program. If not, the program will end. I have also created some spaces between the codes so that the program will become neater and easier to view by the user. For error handling parts, the while loop ensures the user enters the valid input. The guest list only appends when the user enters the valid input. If the user enters the invalid input, the invalid variable will remain as 1 and the while loop will not end until the user enters the valid input. For the example below, the while loop ensures the user to input yes or no to continue the program. Next, I will explain the programming techniques that I use one by one follow the flow of my program. First, I have created a void function called pre-introduction and a value returning function called generate answer. Both functions is called at the beginning of the program to introduce the rules of mastermind game to the user and generate the answer list. Next, the program consists of many inputs and outputs functions to get the data from the user and display the introduction and clues to the user. Next, inside the generate answer function, it consists of a random choice technique from a list. The answer list uses the random function to generate random values from valid choice list. Next, I use list and some common list operations such as retrieve, insert, remove, replace, and append. The program will delete the value in guest list and answer list at index either x or y because they are the same if the user guesses the correct foot at correct position. After that, the program inserts 0 to both lists at index x or y. The logic behind is if the program detects the same fruit at the same index in both lists, it will delete the fruits and insert 0 to avoid error in the next part for calculating correct fruits at incorrect position. This is because if we did not delete the fruit that is confirmed at the correct position already, later it will be compared to other fruits which is in other index in answer list and the incorrect underscore p variable will be incremented by 1. So here, this is a wrong example. Given that answer list have apple, 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 and the guest list contains apple, 1 apple and 3 banana, if we do not delete the apple, which is confirmed is the correct fruit at index 0, the program will output 1 fruit at correct position and 3 fruit at incorrect position. The purpose of insert 0 to the deleted values index is because it's easier to check the list always got 4 values and easier to construct the for loop. Next, the if statement and logical operator at here is to check for the correct fruit at incorrect position and make the program won't be compared to the 0. Next, the while loop at here is used to insert the original value back to their respective index in answer list. Yeah, so let me run the program together. As you can see, these are the rules that display to user to let user more familiarized to the mastermind board game. And this is the answer list that printed to let me more easier to debug the program. When the user want to play, I will delete the answer list codes and the user won't be knowing the correct answer. So for the first try, I will guess all the fruits at correct position. So I insert banana, banana, apple, and apple, and the program will output the correct type of fruits at correct position is 4. And the program will also output congratulations, you took how many attempts to finish the games. And then the program will ask, do you still want to play the game one more round or not? If the user enter yes, the program will generate a new answer list so that the answer list won't be the same as the last game. So For if I enter the invalid input, which is papaya, which is a not correct type of fruits from a valid choice, and I enter the apple in capital letter, and I enter a mix of capital letter and small letter, these are all invalid input. The only input that validates is the apple in complete word with small letter, and then the guest list will only append the guest list. So for the first attempt I guessed wrongly, but at the second attempt I guessed it correctly. So the program will output correction. It took 2 attempts to finish the game. And the problem you ask, do you still want to play the game or not? If the reply is or invalid input, the program will keep asking the user to enter the invalid input, which is yes or no. Yeah. If the user enter no, the program will end it and print this line. Have a great day and welcome to play again. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.